Morning, folks. Jerry here from The View with your news for the 12th of September on a Monday morning where not an awful lot is happening. Please bring back the football. We need the football. There's nothing to talk about. A pretty quiet weekend. Ended up watching most of the Spanish football over the weekend, and that's not great anymore, is it? Not a lot happening, but there is a few bits and pieces popping around, so I thought I'd grab as much as I can for you this morning. Usual stuff. If you like the channel, if you like the content, and if you want to support the channel, more importantly, there's a subscribe button down here that you can press, which will help push the channel forward and get it more exposure. And if you want to see the content represented in your YouTube feed, liking it will do that for you. Okay, I won't ask again this week. That's my only one, I promise. So move on. So we'll start off with the Amazon documentary Academy Dreams, and a release date of September 23rd has been slated for the programme, and it will debut in the UK on Amazon Prime. However, around the rest of the world, you can pick it up on Amazon Prime website. It will be available through that as well. It will be narrated by Vinnie Jones, as we already know, and it will follow the pathway of the young players into the Leeds first team. From what I've seen, it's Joffrey, Greenwood and Somerville so far. I haven't seen anybody else. There has been no trailer released just yet for it, but more to come on that soon. I'm looking forward to this. I started watching Take Us Home again the weekend. I'm not crying. You are. You're moving on then to some actual football news and the Manchester United game against Leeds. They're meeting today. The Premier League are meeting with officials in the government today to find out the situation. Obviously, the Queen's funeral being on a bank holiday Monday is causing some problems because there will be extra policing required for that. Leeds and Man United, as we know, also requires extra policing, being that kind of rivalry that's been there between the two clubs. So there is a potential that game could get postponed. If it does, and it is only an if at the moment, but if it does get postponed, it's looking like 29 days between Leeds' last game and next game, which is a huge break. Now, that could be a positive and a negative. Positive from, resetting the team and fixing some issues that we've had and getting them ready to go again would be a positive. Negative side of it being it's a long break between matches, and the international break coming up in the middle of that as well. So, wait and see what's going to happen there. Hopefully there'll be some information looking out today, but at the moment it's looking like Leeds' next game could be October 2nd against Villa. So, that's the situation. Moving on to players coming into Leeds. Harrison Ashby, a young 20-year-old player at West Ham United, is apparently Leeds are well placed to pick up the player who is currently having the contract negotiations with West Ham. West Ham are struggling to meet demands of the player, and it is said that Leeds could nip in and take the highly rated 20-year-old should West Ham fail to agree a contract with the player. Shades of Sonny Perkins here. Very similar situation to Sonny Perkins. Leeds keeping an eye on that situation. So good player, Ashby, good young player, good young talent, another strong player to add to the 21 squad. So wait and see what happens there. On players that belong to Leeds already, Pascal Struijk has been talking along with other people this weekend about his call up to the Dutch national side. He has represented Holland before at under 17 level, but Roberto Martinez, who's the Belgium national team manager, because Struijk does qualify for all the Benelux countries, but Martinez was asked about it and he said that they had expressed a desire to have him, but that the option to play the player who was born in the country is no longer possible due to a problem with a passport. Now, what Struijk has said in it is that he represented Holland at under 17 level, and I said that for him, everything else was off the table. It was only ever the Netherlands was his first choice. So that has happened. Job done. And again, congratulations, Pascal, on your call-up, mate. Well done. Absolutely thoroughly deserved. You've been fantastic this season. So great stuff for you. And maybe a bit of bad blood with Roberto Martinez. It's a strange comment for him to make. And also some good news. The Who Scored Best 11 signings of the season has been released, and Marc Roca has been voted in that 11. Roca, who's had continuously high stats all season, has been one of the leading players in forward passes and tackles won. Himself and Adams just go about their business. There's no big drama about them. There's no big, spotlight or look at me kind of antics with them. They just get on with their job, and they're doing great, the two of them. And they're still learning. Like, this is 6 games into the Premier League. They've never played in this league before. They're only going to get better. They're only going to get better. So great to see there, and good job for Marc Roca being recognised for the work that he's done for Leeds so far, because he's been great. And then the last thing to finish off with is Leeds have been voted in the top 20 most valuable clubs in the world. If you saw this article go out over the weekend, Forbes have published a list of the most valuable clubs in the world of football. Leeds sit in 19th place with an estimated value of $800 million, which is $690 million pounds of an estimate. Sorry, I'm struggling with my throat this morning. Don't know what's wrong with me. That puts Leeds slightly ahead of Aston Villa in 20th and directly behind Everton, Leicester and West Ham. What was more interesting about this article is that Leeds actually show up as one of only 6 clubs with no debt associated with the club. Also in that list are Bayern Munich, Man City, Chelsea, Dortmund and Aston Villa. It's a good list of clubs to be included with when you're talking about sustainability of a club and being in a position where we don't have any debt. It's great. So there is, I know we're not spending a lot of money right now, but there are some positives to this. So good to see Leeds in that top 20 again. Have been a very valuable club, and Rogers anyway, I'm sure will get his money back when he does sell Leeds. And if it is to the 49ers taking over a club with no debt, is a good thing. We are working, by the way, on 49ers stuff. I have spoken to some people, to everyone who actually reached out last week on the channel for me and asked, thank you. That was awesome, and you didn't need to do that, and I really appreciate it. So thank you very much. We've got a couple of contacts that we've touched base with, and hopefully we'll get some more information on what the 49ers are like as owners, as well as what the situation with Leeds is in the 49ers. So more information to come there. And that's it. Quiet enough day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for more news. So bye.